And we are having an exciting start to Taters Tuesday. Is it Taters Tuesday? I think it's Taters Tuesday today. We might all die to a tornado. There's severe thunderstorm watches all over the place. And we're like...
Thunderstorms are much, much better than tornadoes.
I've been through tornado warnings, watches, and severe thunderstorms. I thought I was going to die much more during the severe thunderstorms. Just saying. Yeah, we just need to try and get over that bridge before anything gets too serious here. Lightning bolt to come down. Well, Jen, this is a promising start to Taters Tuesday here. And it is a glorious Taters Tuesday filled with lightning. It's okay, we're in Kansas. They're not known for big storms or anything, right? It's all good. We're gonna try and skedaddle across the bridge. We are watching the weather. It looks like the worst of the storm is going to miss us, but only just barely. So we're gonna try and get over into Lawerence where we have some cover. Oh yeah, that looks fine, Jen. I think Taters is not talking because she figures if she's just gonna get struck by lightning, why stress herself out and start narrating Taters Tuesday. This is a good start to the day. Whoa. Discretion, valor, coffee. Behold Jen playing weatherman because you aren't truly reporting on the weather unless you're in it.
Why was I looking so gleeful this morning? First of all, it wasn't all glee. Some of that was like nervous energy. But I do have fond memories of crossing bridges with Matt in storms. We've done that a few times. Sometimes he starts singing. So although we just started hiking, basically just made it across the bridge into downtown St. Louis, it is coming down a little harder than we were expecting. So good thing there is a coffee shop already. We promptly are diving off into there, having one more coffee while we wait for this to pass.
Delaware. So the storms are not done, but we currently have about a 40-minute break before another red band hits us. So Squishingtons. So we are currently going to see and try and make it as far as we can.
So there was a Starbucks across the street from the local coffee shop we went to. I can't actually say which one has better coffee.
My plan was if the weather was really bad, we just cross the street and we do both.
But local coffee shop had one big advantage over Starbucks, which is it had dogs. There were two like pet doggies of that shop.
Jen did not believe me that axe throwing was a thing when I was trying to suggest it for like, I think it was Valentine's Day, so we watched Misery because that's the best Valentine's Day movie, and then we could go axe throwing, but they're not open now, sadly.
Sadly, we are too early.
Maybe they'll open up for us.
People at the coffee shop wanted to know our channel name, and sometimes when we tell people our channel name, we get kind of like funny looks, questioning reactions.
The religious people think we're weird, the weird people think we're religious. Can't win.
People asking us to like spell masochist because they don't know what that word means. Anyway, these guys saw it and just instantly like cracked up and said, oh my gosh, that's the greatest, best thing.
Plus side, if we end up held up by storms, I'm gonna have things to do in this town. See, Jen rolled her eyes at me being ridiculous and then saw the eye and she's like, ooh! One of Jen's other favorite things about our friends back there in the coffee shop is we were talking and they thought I'd just like found her along the way when I was talking about she had joined me later. So they literally thought Taters was a trail floozy. Will warm your sleeping bag for Northsides. So the trail angel that dropped us off was the same one that picked us up yesterday in 106-degree heat. Super nice guy. He is interested in doing the AT. He'd done some trail magic out there and he contacted us and offered to put us up in a hotel. And when Jen was excited at the potential for Thai food, since we're in a bigger town, he ran us across town and we had dinner with him and his wife before luxuriating in a well air-conditioned hotel for the night and then jumping out in front of a major storm. Once again, the cat cafe is closed. And we are currently being told the next round's gonna hit us in about 10 minutes. Okay, we got a gazebo over here. I think we're going to duck and cover. And there's already somebody sleeping in there, so that's not gonna work. Fortunately, we have some other options for non-occupied cover.
Second round of storms should be coming in any minute. So we are once again hiding out.
Okay, we are giving up our shade because while lightning is getting closer, it looks like we've got about 20 more minutes, so we're going to see if we can get to different cover rather than just sit around. So continuing this trend of really cool bike infrastructure, there is actually a perimeter trail that goes around Lawerence called the Lawerence Loop. And that is what we are picking up here. There is a water park a short distance down the trail, and we are figuring we can duck and cover there if this arrives. Oh, Kansas is so bad, this is where they sentenced people. This feels kind of like the eye of the storm. Looking on the radar, we have almost 360 degrees of red yellow thunderstorms all around us. But the winds died out, and at the moment it's not too bad. And we are starting to get flashes that are kind of close here. And it looks like the next round's here, so hopefully one of those is going to be enough protection. Unfortunately, outside of hiding in a pit toilet, which is against my religion in general, there wasn't any good option, so we're just hoping we find something here. See, Blondie? Dysentery. At least for the moment, it's looking like the front's just going to be rain and not lightning, so we might be able to walk through it. And it looks like, at least for now, another storm ban has passed, so we are going to boogie on towards Ottawa. Oh, Blondie is going to like this. Big fan of lily pads, Miss Taters.
I've always been partial to the lily flowers. So this humble view from a bike path off the side of the 10 freeway, I would say is one of my favorite yet since we've gotten into Kansas.
Blondie, I think he wishes to fight me. Now he wishes to fight you. Now he's like, I'm in the land of giants, I will fight anyone. This is Napoleon the crayfish. Matt's foot for scale.
Oh no! Oh no!
He'll flip, he'll flip.
This is actually the Baker wetlands area.
And yeehaw! From heat back into flooding. So as much as I get called a purist a lot, I am good with alts. I just don't like, bald-faced shortcuts that detract from the adventure. The trail here actually goes on a 70-mile-an-hour road down there. This is a trail called the Diagonal Trail that cuts across to the Discovery Center where we're going to fill water anyway.
For the most part, I've been really impressed with the official ADT route. It's clear that a lot of thought went into routing us on quieter roads, back roads without a lot of traffic. But it does pay to keep an eye on the map. Every once in a while, there's a real gem that the official ADT route misses. Matt spotted this one, so we took it. The official route here goes on a frontage road and then goes on Highway 59 for a while, which is a 70-mile-per-hour highway. I think we're going to end up on it later, inevitably. But this was a much better route going on the trail through the wetlands. It's just afternoon. The rain has stopped, leaving it cloudy and pleasantly cool. And we're leaving behind the outskirts of Lawerence, crossing the Wakarusa River, and then it will be full speed ahead to Ottawa and eventually the start of the Flint Ridge rail trail, probably tomorrow.
And we now have pretty much a straight shot down south to Ottawa, but it's another 15 miles or so. I can't help but feel like we've been doing more uphill the last couple of days. So we have been looking ahead. We have about 6 more hours until dark. There's some facilities on the outside of Ottawa. We're going to see if maybe the city would let us set up there. So far we haven't been able to reach anybody, so we just left a voicemail and we shall see. Otherwise we're just going to have to hope for a bunch of trees, which I do have a few options. Unfortunately, we're a little shy of where we would need to go to get in and onto that nature trail we're going to be following for the next 120 miles or so.
Just realized I forgot to get any video at our water break back there. It was kind of a neat one. I was able to fill up from a spigot that was right under the actual water tower. Anyway, as we were sitting there, we looked ahead at where we'll likely end up tonight. And if we do our normal day, end around 8 o'clock or so, a little before dark, that'll put us a few miles before the town of Ottawa. And if we push it after dark, we could make it into the town of Ottawa proper. The terrain around there is mostly farm fields. So there was 1 or 2 areas that had some trees that might be good options for camping, but it looks like it might be a little tricky to find a spot. And then we saw on the map a little plaza off the side of the road that has a City of Ottawa fire station and City of Ottawa Township Hall with a nice little field outside of it. So we said, what the heck, let's try calling City of Ottawa, see if we can get permission to stay there. Other hikers seem to do things like that more often. I think Matt's called the city once or twice, but I personally have never done it. Partly we're usually trying to stay out of town if we can manage it, but also they can be hard to get a hold of. Left a message at this one and was very pleasantly surprised when just now, less than an hour or so later, someone from the fire department called me back, said, yeah, sure, no problem, you can stay there. So thanks, City of Ottawa, appreciate it, and that takes away any stress about where we're staying tonight.
Another person wondering if we are out here practicing hiking. Yeah, you know, I'm practicing for a bigger hike next year or year after, whatever. And Jen's having some dog fun again. That guy called us over and let us fill up cold water, which was nice of him. He had a whole collection of miscellaneous junk. And now for the fun part. The road that we've been on all day doesn't connect. So it's actually going to dump us on the big highway for one exit.
Okay, wide shoulder at least. Nice surprise though. Last summer on the Mississippi, I got a bunch of ideas for physics problems I used in my class. I was thinking this summer, not really gonna get any additional ideas for problems, but I am totally saving some of this footage and using it when I teach the Doppler effect. In fact, my more advanced students will actually be able to calculate from the video which of these cars are speeding as they go along this road. Now, I'm not going to do this, but if I had a little darker sense of humor like some other people I hike with, I suppose I could also make a problem something like, if one of these cars is not paying attention and runs off the road, how much force will be experienced by my body?
This might be the worst tea trash I've had so far. 8 o'clock, we were just able to build up, we were just able to beg some water, so we are full for tonight. We are going another 2 miles or so, at which point we are okayed to camp behind a volunteer fire department. They actually called Jen back twice just to make sure she had an answer, so nice folks at Ottawa City Hall.
Just got another call from the fire guy. Wanted to know if we were there yet and offered to come out and open the station so we could take showers, and actually offered to bring soap and towels even. So not sure if they are just really curious to meet us or just super eager to help out, but in any case, very cool vibe from the Ottawa Fire Department.
Okay, should be a volunteer fire department building back here that we have permission to stay behind. Well, stayed at worse. Huh. This will work. So this might look like Tater's setting up the tent, but here's the reality of Camp Massatators. When I set up the tent, which I just did, she just stands around and doesn't film. So the only reason you only see her setting up the tent is because I'm the only one that films.
This is actually a kind of ideal spot. Tucked in the back here, out of view from the road. Nice grass. Home sweet home for the night.
So they're actually being really nice, and they're opening up the new firehouse for us, and they're going to let us shower. This one's the first for me, shower in the fire station. So they were really nice. They let us in to take showers. First time the showers were ever used, apparently. And we may get checked in on by the local PD, apparently. And in this episode of Behind the YouTubes, this is why Taters is always so far behind.